failed. We tried. We did everything we could. And we still failed. So we explored the keep and had some wonderful roast prepared by Felix. We found the girl, Savva. She was safe, untouched and unharmed. Why would someone just kidnap a girl and then protect her? As we exited this dimension, we found Ckarra, awaiting our return. 4 days she'd been waiting, she said. But for us, only mere hours. We discussed what happened, where we found Savva, and returned her to her parents. They were overjoyed, ecstatic, even inviting us in for dinner. We didn't know at the time, but I wish we did. Upon leaving, after reluctantly taking payment, we heard a blood-curdling scream, that of a child. We did everything we could to stop her, this demon we trusted with our lives, only to be betrayed in the end. Only to have Savva betrayed by the ones that are supposed to protect her. And I'll make sure they'll pay for it.
Let's begin. Where we last left off, you had successfully found Savva Locke, the missing girl who was, as you confirmed, kidnapped by her uncle, and had brought her home with the help of 2 unwitting mercenaries who have since made their own way off, and Ckarra, the tiefling bounty hunter. You were welcomed into the home of the Loxes as they greeted Savva with tears and hugs and welcomes. They offered you a Sunday roast. They offered you money, and ushered you out the door without Ckarra before, as you heard a child scream, you rush in and you see at the foot of her bed this tall, smoky black figure holding Savva's hand and veins twisting up her arm, and the kneeling figure of Mr. Locke. The figure turned to you all, said, "Thank you, boys," and disappeared. As the quiet settles over the bedroom, the soft sobs of Savva, huddled back in her bed, staring at her now black, veiny arm, the quiet breaths of Mr. Locke as he breathes on his knees, head bowed, and the soft, panicked sobs of Mrs. Locke outside the door. What are you all doing?
I would like to rage, run in there, grab Mr. Locke by the throat, and throw him up against the wall.
You can easily grab him by the throat, throw him up against the wall. He's choking. Unseen before, you see these his nails begin to grow into points, almost claw-like, as he begins digging into the side of Mr. Locke's neck. And he's gonna say in like a deep, gruff voice, "What did you do?" He gags against your grip. At this point, Mrs. Locke runs in and she's going to pull against your arm. "Please, please, no, please!" And you hear behind you, "Daddy, what's going on?" Oh. He cannot. He's having a hard time breathing through your grip on his throat. But he looks at you and he just says, "We had to."
Real quick, I'm going to grab Felix and say, "Look at her arm. Healed. I don't know." And then
All right.
That's all I was going to do during that.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna go over there. What do I think is going on?
You can go over there. You see, she's actually scrambling to try and get over to where Reese is gripping her father against the wall. But you can, as you see her arm, you see, starting at her fingertips, it's almost like every single vein in her arm has turned an inky black. And they twist in some strange, intricate design up, creeping towards, stopping just below her shoulder.
My eyes flash, so I'd like to see what's going on magically there. I also would like to either make an Arcana or medicine or whatever, check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
So I will say you don't need to make an Arcana check because your eyes flash with detect magic, and you actually see that there's nothing magical about what happened. What her arm is now. Maybe what happened to it, but as of now, it is a mundane arm with these strange veins. You see a soft, almost pulsing light from the veins, as if there's a little bit almost innate magicness to them, but there's no specific school of magic. There's no actual magic in her veins. It's just the residual of what had happened. You can make a medicine check if you'd like to figure it out.
18.
Why don't we have a cleric with a lesser restoration?
I can get it soon. Don't worry. Lesser restoration wouldn't fix this anyway, though.
I didn't think.
18, you said?
Yeah.
With an 18, really all you can tell is that it's nothing like you've ever seen before. But actually, I'd like you to make a history check.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Reese, also make a history check for me.
20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So, you don't know what disease this is, what condition it is. You know, obviously, from what you've seen, that it was brought about by whatever this thing, this Ckarra was. But you do remember a similar condition from one of the professors at the college that you grew up with. You remember it was actually inky red veins crawling up, and they'd started to crawl up his throat and overtake the rest of him. Reese.
12.
12? It's a little easier for you to remember, but you've met many, and by many, 4 or 5 individuals in your past who have this same condition, all with different colors of these veins. There was black, there was red, there was white. One in particular, you recall these veins almost reaching up into his cheeks, and they were an inky red. But you still have Mr. Locke gripped by the throat and pressed against the wall.
I'm just solely focused on him. Answer the damn question. What did you do?
You feel a tug on the bottom of your tunic as you hear Savva go, "Let him go!" But he's just going to look at you. We had to. And that's all he's going to say again.
I'm gonna drop him hard, throw him down, and I'm gonna turn to the mom and
she's dropping with him and checking on him.
Since your husband won't answer my question, maybe you will. What did you do?
She's going to glare up at you with tears in her eyes. Since when is my family business any of yours?
When it becomes my business.
She's, at this point, in almost sobs, but she's going to try and compose herself. It is not any of your business. It has not become your business. Get out of my house.
I want
to... Good.
Look over at the mom and said, a business involves a transaction of such. It became our business when you offered payment for having to save Savva. So if this isn't our business right now, please explain what is going on. Because right now, it looks like a deal with the devil.
You got your payment, didn't you?
And
so did she. Now, if you would all please leave.
Can I start running out the door?
Yeah.
I'd like to run over towards the where Just is being held.
This is in the same room as you. Oh, where Just is being held.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna run towards the guard tower?
Yeah.
It's quite a ways away.
I don't care.
Okay. Felix is on the way to the guard tower. You all see as he immediately stands up and starts running towards the guard tower. Or just running out the door. You don't actually know where. Kai, what are you doing during all this?
Sorry. I was going to say point of order. there is an invisible person standing next to the girl.
Okay. All right.
Wait, like Felix would have told us that?
No, I'm just putting that out there.
Okay. So we have no idea. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Kai, what are you doing while this conversation and these discussions happen?
Kai has been kind of frozen this entire time after saying to Felix, like, look at her and make sure she's okay. And then I'm gonna kind of like grab Savva gently by the shoulders and say, "Are you hurt?"
I don't know. I feel empty. But that's all she's gonna say.
What happened when they put you to bed?
I don't know. Daddy was singing me to sleep, and then Mommy came in with the woman with all the daggers, and then she turned into a thing, and I don't know, and then she grabbed my arm, and she said payment was something, and then my arm, and is it going to be like this forever?
I don't know, but it's not your fault, okay? It's not your fault.
Is it going to be okay?
It's not your fault. It's gonna be okay.
And she's just gonna keep crying.
I'm going to hug her and pick her up and run.
She is going to struggle against you running with her, but
Yeah, I'm going to contest that.
yeah, that's that.
No, sorry.
Roll grapple strength check.
Okay.
And she's gonna roll acrobatics.
Just pure strength?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. 17.
10. So you wrap her in a hug, and then you're going to lift her up. And at first she thinks you're just giving her one of those hugs where she kind of sits on your hips. And then you start walking away with her and running out the door with her. But as you go, her parents are going to, her mother is going to see this, and she's going to jump, and she's going to be, what are you doing? And try and grab you, but you are already out the door.
I am going to sprint to the guard tower.
Okay, you see Felix in the distance, and you start running after him. You see the little figure of Felix trotting ahead, and strangely enough, you're both headed in the same direction to make the same curves. But you have Savva, and she's crying and she's struggling, but you're able to run with her. The rest of you're still in the house with the parents?
I'm gonna try and block them, like, from leaving. And I'm gonna kneel down in front of the mom and the dad, and I'm gonna lean in real close and go, whatever you did to her is not fixable. You are her parents. You protect her. You don't harm her. You don't put her in harm's way. You were supposed to be the ones she looks up to, her heroes. And instead you curse her.
And how are we supposed to protect her if we're not there to do it?
This is not the way to do it. If you want to protect her, you be better. You don't find the easy way out.
If you think any of this was easy, then you were very, very wrong.
What did you do to her?
Nothing. She's fine. She's going to be fine. She's just has a new tattoo. But my husband is going to live now, and that's what's important.
So you sacrificed your child's life so your husband could live.
Not all of her life, just part of it. She gets the rest of her life, however long that is. even if it's a little shorter. She gets her time, and so do we.
People like you are what makes the world disgusting. You're the people I look to put down.
What are you waiting for?
I'm gonna give her like a little crooked smile. Justice, I guess. And right as the rage ends, I'm gonna stick my claws into her shoulder and then pull them out and turn to Atreus and go, I'm done here. Do whatever you want. And I'm just gonna walk down the stairs.
Right. You're leaving them alive.
For now. I'm also gonna take all the gold that she left downstairs and just start trashing her house. Like, in a fit of rage, I'm just sort of like throwing, like, you're gonna hear like screams as I'm throwing shit up against the wall and like breaking glass.
Yeah.
We've got a lot to unpack in our session tonight.
Treos, as the slightly stuttering body of Mr. Locks sort of pushes to his feet and huddles against Mrs. Locks, what are you doing? You're the last person in this room. Kai has left with Savva. Felix is on his way, who knows where. You hear the crash and bang and shouts and growls downstairs.
Just kind of get down to eye level with the father and pull out the knife I had and just ever so gently twist and poke at his neck and just say, the life you so desperately valued, was it worth more than your own blood and daughter? Was it worth everything that you traded it for? Value it. Because if it won't be us that takes it away, it'll be someone much, much worse. And just slowly drag the knife off and walk off.
Right. You make your way down your stairs to find the living room trashed. Chairs are overturned. The fabric on the couches have been ripped off. You see the gold box has been completely pillaged, and Reese has now moved into the kitchen.
100% a plate coming at your head accidentally. Like, he's probably frisbee tossing a plate at the stairs as you're walking down.
And you just
Like
and a frisbee passes right in front of your nose.
Feeling better now?
Feel better if they weren't living anymore, but that's not really justice, is it?
It'll come a time for that, but I think we should focus on other things right now.
I'm gonna rip a cabinet door off the hinges.
Just casually rip it.
All right, I'm done.
Huh? Shall we get going? And just start booking out of the house.
Yeah, I don't know where we're going. Where are we going? Because we don't know where they're going.
I would say you can probably make an educated guess. They're either going back to the tavern or to the guard tower. Those are kind of the two options you have in this town, unless you know of anything else.
Okay, he also did pick up Savva, so I think I'm gonna educated guess he would not take her to a tavern.
That's fair.
It could be the just like shop and stuff. That's like the only other option.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or just his house,
Yeah.
where Kai has the thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, we want to logic our way to the guard tower, or we head off somewhere.
What are you thinking? What is Treos' first thought? Because Reese is not thinking straight right now.
Duncan Master.
Yeah.
Can I kind of see if there was like any footprints on the ground or such from either one or two that booked it out, like any sign or trail of where they ran off to?
I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. Let's say at this point, timing-wise, with the conversations you had, all of that, it's a pretty straight street to the guard tower. I will say you can probably see the figures. You don't know if they're your friends or not, but you can make a guess. Turn down a corner at the end of the lane.
Okay.
In the direction of that general northeast direction would be the guard tower. And or the tavern. They're both in the same general direction, but you see them turn and they're headed that way.
Fair enough. I kind of just gestured to Reese and then just kind of saying like, keep up, and then start running off in that direction.
All right, right behind you.
Right. You were running off in that direction. Felix, you were going to make it to the guard tower first.
Cool. Are there guards there?
Yes, indeed there are. There are two guards outside the door. Very familiar-looking guards. And they see you, and one of them elbows the other, and the other one goes...
Okay, so basically, where to start, is there was the girl, and she got kidnapped, right? By the guy, you have him locked up right now. So basically, she's back with her parents, but the parents are bad.
Wait, you're saying you found the girl?
Yes, but she's with the parents now. But they're cursing her and they're like draining something. And it's just like the time that I saw the professor. But he had the red veins, and they're giving her the black veins. And basically, we have to get him out so that he can protect the girl.
At this point, Kai comes up behind with Savva in his arms.
I've got a kid being abused by parents. She's the missing kid. We returned her to her family, and they abused her. I don't know where else to turn her to.
The guards straighten, and one of them goes, come in. The station master is... You're straight here. Follow me. And he ushers you inside. He's power walking straight to his superior's office. At this point, I will say, Preos and Reese, you are coming up behind. You see, as they're stepping into the guard tower, and one of the guards following, the other is still standing right outside that door. You're running pretty fast, and it's a little hard to run with a child in your arms, so you are able to catch up over time.
A shout out to the guard that's standing there. What? Hey, do you want to stop me from committing a crime? Because there are two parents back there that just beat up a child. I'm pretty sure the child just walked in that door. They did some random-ass magic to her. It is not good. You need to come take them down.
Your friends just went inside.
Yeah. They're alone right now. I think they're going to try and book it. You might want to get some guards out there stat to get them in prison.
All due respect, you tell me how to do my job, and I'm going to tell you how to do yours.
Fantastic. Then come with me, and I will help you take them down.
Your friends are inside. There's procedure to this.
All right, cool.
I don't fully understand everything that the small one said, but for the most part, you should. It seems like you all have something to say. You should go in and see the station master.
Okay, cool. You're just gonna let two criminals walk away. Sounds great.
We're gonna catch them if we have to.
Just like you caught Use, and it only took you like 3 or 4 days.
Your friend confirmed he kidnapped the little girl.
And we're trying to tell you that her parents are significantly worse, and he was protecting her.
And if that's true, we will catch them. But right now, you need to go see the station master. Look, man, I'm only a cog in the wheel. I'm here on night duty. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm gonna walk in. As I walk in, I'm gonna mumble, useless as always, as I walk past the guard.
He's gonna turn red, but stay stoic outside the guard tower door. The rest of you are ushered into an office where you see a figure that seems to be almost dozing against the chair as the night station master, and the guard knocks on the door, and the station master jolts away. Yep. Come on in. Who's there?
Hi, hello. Okay, my name's Felix. Okay. This is my friend Kai. This girl is Savva. She's the one that was missing. She was all over the posters, all over the town. Basically, she was like, ah, and then we were like, oh, and then we kind of like came through.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Um, uh, Savva, and she like is still sniffling, but she looks up and she's like, yes. Um, and he's gonna point to the guard and be like, take her off to the room.
And hand her
Make
over.
sure she's taken care of. Get her something. Usual, the usual. I don't know, a cup of broth or something. What do we do for this? Just go. And the other guard's just gonna try and take her away from you. And,
I'll hand her over.
Okay, so he's gonna bundle her up and usher her off into the other room. And the station master, who's now standing, is just gonna rub sleep out of his eyes. Okay. Start from the beginning. You.
Okay.
He points at Kai. Start from the beginning. You shut up. Go.
Okay. So, y'all apprehended. Yes, is how you say his name.
Yes, Locks.
Yes, Locke. Y'all apprehended him. We did some private investigation. We found Savva at basically like a magic place in his backyard. A lot to explain. So he did take her. That's fully proved. We returned her to her family. They abused her. All that magic vein, black vein on her arm. Her parents let somebody do that to her as payment. I don't know, but they do not need to be taking care of a child that they are abusing.
Those are some heavy accusations there.
Yes, I have 3 other eyewitnesses.
Hi, I'm one of the eyewitnesses, and I saw the whole thing.
Shush. The rest of you, where are they? At this point, the other 2 of you can come on in. But, he says you all saw this girl. I heard the word curse. I heard the word abuse. I heard what. He says you all saw it.
That's the gist of it.
Okay. Just a moment. And he's gonna pull out what looks to be ledgers from his desk and slam them down on the desk. So if you could all write down a written account of what you saw, we need to corroborate it. We've had some conversations with Yes Locks over the past couple days, but you know, they were the ramblings of a madman, but now it seems like they might not be. So I need written witness reports of what's going on. Pen. Yes.
How much paper did he give us?
He pulled out 4 pieces of paper.
Like one for each of us?
Yes.
Okay, like 5 minutes in, I'm gonna ask for another piece of paper.
Okay.
And
You're
that's gonna
scribbling.
continually happen for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 pieces more of paper.
All right. Are the rest of you also writing down your reports?
Yes.
I'm gonna write down like 30 seconds in. I'm gonna slide the paper over to him and be like, "Oh, where do you keep your prisoners?"
With all due respect, that's higher up than a civilian arrest.
Yeah. There is no respect here. Where do you keep your prisoners?
With all due respect,
Okay.
I'm not telling you.
Okay.
Now
Cool.
You
I'm
can
gonna
sit
walk
down
out and start looking.
finish. He's gonna slide it back over to
So
you.
it's done. I'm gonna walk out and try and find where they keep the prisoners.
I'm gonna go, Reese.
All right.
Reese, we don't want. They have a way of doing things. Let's just let them do what they do.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Think-
He's gonna come back in for
think-
like 5 seconds. Once Kai starts writing down again, he's gonna walk out.
I was
Can I
saying,
have
Alright.
another
Look
piece of
for where they
paper?
keep the prisoners.
I was in the middle of the 2 interacting there. I would just finish signing, wrote like a fake pseudonym for a name, and try to walk out and start looking for the prison cells.
All right. He's gonna let you because he thinks you finished and just walked out. But the rest of you, Felix is writing for a little while. I don't know how long the rest of you take, but at some point, he's gonna take them back and start to read through them in silence. And he's gonna flip, and you see as he reads them, his face just gets more and more in disbelief, and yet something seems to click in his brain, and he pulls out a large ring of keys and stands up. All right, follow me. And he's going to lead you out the door. Treos, though, you were already out there. You can start wandering. The station's pretty quiet at night. There's, to be honest, not many guards in this town. Those that are in this town are typically day guards. There's only a couple on the night shift. So you kind of have... Are you trying to be sneaky about wandering around, or are you just kind of walking around?
Trying to be... If I'm trying to be sneaky, it's like very obvious that like I'm like skulking around, looking around corners for people.
Say stealth has many different features. One feature of stealth can be I'm trying not to be noticed, and that can be.
I would say I'm trying not to be noticed, and if any catch any guard's attention, is just I'll play it off as like, oh, I don't know which to exit. A guard didn't show me where to walk out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You make your way around. As you walk past what seems to be a little, almost comfy sitting area where you see Savva, her hands cupped around a mug of something sweet-smelling and a blanket draped over her shoulders. The other guard just kind of sitting on the table, talking with her softly. I will say make a stealth check for me to see if you can make it past that without being noticed.
That is a... That is going to be a 12.
Yeah, you are pretty good. You make your way past and eventually find yourself in what seems to be the holding area where there's only 4 cells. 3 of them are relatively empty, maybe 1 or 2 people in there who seem to be just be either asleep or passed out or drunk and orderly sort of thing. One of them only has the one figure, the familiar figure of Yaslok, just sitting on the bench, leaning on his elbows, head down. He doesn't even look up when you come in.
I kind of just knock on the bars of his cell and say, "Just friend, you hold it in there?"
He looks up. What are you doing here?
Boy, do I have a story for you. But we met an unfortunate pair, Savva's parents, and
you found her, didn't you?
Yes. And some unwanted company as well.
Is it done?
Transaction?
Yeah, selling half her life force to a demon. If I call that a transaction.
I'm afraid so.
You see his shoulders kind of slump, but he just shakes his head. Well, if it's done, it's done.
It can't just be that. It can't just be... There's something else we can do, right? Like, it's not just... That's not the only thing they were after, right?
Look, I've been researching these things for as long as I can remember. That's how my sister found out that these were deals you could make. But in all my research, I never turned up a cure. Once half your life force is gone, it's gone.
It happened to her, didn't it?
To Savva?
No. The one you love the most.
For what it's worth, she chose that path. But unfortunately, apparently they can only, your life force is only worth something the younger you are, and the deal, it killed her. It won't kill Savva. She's strong, she's young, she'll be fine. For half as long as she should live, but she'll be fine for that time.
I see. So is this... That's it for us? We messed up?
To be fair, you were brought into this at the end. It's not your problem, it's not your mess. I don't understand why you're still here.
Well, any information you gave me, I haven't really been able to kind of understand, blank letter at all. So I'm still here for more right now.
You know, when you're about to be executed, suddenly all of that seems... The invisible letters, the ink, the secrets, it seems stupid. Orlo Shiva? He has something. He's going to use it. I don't know what for, but I don't want him to hurt any more people. Not enough people in my life have been hurt. And if he's put in power, there's going to be a lot more hurt. Find it. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know where it is. The only thing I knew was water. That's all they said.
Water?
Pond.
Pond.
It was the only word that got across to me before something happened.
I see. Well, friend, don't give up right now. Savva is here. She's here right now. If you want to see her, if the guards can let you see her. And we want
At this, he almost perks up.
We want you to see what this world can be without the threat of everything going on. I guess that's the reason we came back.
You hear the jingle of keys and the thudding of footsteps as the night station master comes around the corner. He starts a little when he sees you there, and you see this. He opens his mouth to say something, but just sighs and lifts the keys. Yes, you're free. If everything I've heard is true, and I might get my ass kicked for this in the morning when the real station master comes back, but there's no reason you should be behind these bars, so let's get you out of here. And he opens the doors, and Yus stands almost as if he's not sure what's going on, but he steps out of the bars. The rest of you are right on the station master's heels. At this point, Yus is going to nod to you, Treos, and shake your hand, nod to the rest of you, and clap the station master on the back before quickly hurried, making his way towards the lounge, towards where Savva is. If you follow, you see she actually jumps to her feet when she sees him, and she runs to him, and he wraps her up in this big hug. And they just sort of sit there for a little while. What are you all doing?
A single tear is falling from Kai's eye.
Oh, I'm gonna grab a piece of paper. It's just like writing paper, and I'm gonna hand it to you. Kai.
Sorry,
Handing you a piece of like writing paper, but it was like, to try to wipe your tear.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh man.
I'm gonna nudge Kai and make a motion to my neck to symbol we should probably give his necklace back.
I hand Yust his necklace.
He's going to actually shake his head when you go to hand it back. Keep it. I've had enough chaos magic to last a lifetime.
You need a drink. We're at the tavern. Feel free to stop by.
Would
I
would a
appreciate that.
potion of greater restoration help this?
Kid, we've tried everything. I think the most important thing right now is helping her come to terms with her new life, her new powers.
Powers.
The veins, they come with abilities. Some small consolation for only living half your life, I suppose. If you'll excuse me, I think she's had an eventful 4 days. I'm gonna get her back home.
Oh, she does have an appointment tomorrow, for hide and seek. Okay, see ya. And I'm gonna start heading out.
All right. Do the rest of you follow, or do you stay?
I will follow.
Yeah, I'll give one last look over to Savva and Yus before heading out.
I just give a gentle bow to the two of them and just walk off.
All right. As you step out into the night, the guard tower towering into the darkness behind you, somber but as happy an ending as you could find for this young girl and her uncle, who does seem to love her. I imagine you make your way back to the tavern. You can make your way back to the tavern. Your rooms are still available, unless you want to sit with some drinks and talk. It's still, even though it's dark out, relatively early-ish in the evening. And there's some patrons at the tavern, not many, but what do you
Kai
think?
is going to go straight to the bar and order 2 ales.
All right. I'd say take 2 silver off. 2 bronze off, and then the rest of you.
You mean copper?
Yes. Same color.
Duncan Master,
Yes.
how much gold did I loot from Savva's parents? Because I took everything I could find.
I'd say you took,
Including the bag of gold that was left at the floor of the door.
yeah.
Like everything I
There
could
were
find. I
already
took.
like 20 gold or so in the bag on the floor. That being said, you were able to find, if you were ransacking drawers, you were ransacking a whole bunch of shit. You were able to accumulate about their life savings, which were kept in one of those drawers that you ripped straight off its hinges. So I'd say you were able to collect about 200 gold.
I will split that. I will buy a drink or a couple drinks, and I'll sit down and I will put basically the pile of coins I have accumulated over the past 15 minutes out on the table, and say, we may not have done the right thing, but at least we know that Savva's parents aren't going to be able to do much without this. And I'm going to begin splitting up 50 gold for every person.
All right. And you're keeping the last 20 for yourself?
You said that, yeah. Yeah, I'll keep the last 20 for myself. Because that was in the bag. I'd pocket the bag and put the pile on
Yeah.
the table.
Yeah, so
50
you
gold
take
per person,
70,
you said?
50 for
50
everyone
gold
else.
per person.
Ooh, this is a
I'm
lot of
assuming
a lot.
I'm assuming he's finished his 2 ales by now, so he's gonna order 2 more.
Alright.
He's actually just gonna get a what is it, a keg
A pint?
or a pint? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it? Yeah.
Or, I mean, you could get like a.
Like a barrel.
Not a like yeah, I guess a pint,
Gallon?
a gallon, whatever.
You can get a gallon.
Wagon.
Gallon of ale.
How much is that one gonna run me?
That's probably gonna run you about. I'd say probably up it to 2 silver at that point.
Okay.
It's not particularly good ale, but it's ale. Tastes like ale. It does the trick. You all see as Kai comes back over with a small barrel of ale and a singular tap in it that he just kind of pours into his tankard and keeps drinking out of.
I'm also going to do the same exact thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not really drinking like the others, but once we like kind of sat down at the tavern, I kind of subconsciously sat at the same seat the night we were talking to Ckarra and everyone, and kind of just reminiscing about everything's happening, playing with like a deck of cards I had, and just going over everything that's happened.
Kai is not going to say anything to anybody for the rest of the night.
Do you have another deck of cards?
No, but if you want to play with them, go ahead. Just
Awesome. Watch this. And I'm gonna attempt the card trick where you like, scatter the cards.
52 card pickup.
Yep.
You all blink as there's an explosion of cards at your table, and people kind of go quiet and stare over at you, and then the music picks up again, and people go back to their day. Or night.
There's like a slight smile that creeps onto Reese's face as this happens.
As you go late into the night, drinking and playing with cards and picking up cards and playing some more, at some point it gets into the wee hours of the morning or late hours of the night, and you make your way back up to your beds. I imagine to the same rooms or different rooms.
I'm gonna suggest to Felix that he comes in. We can share a room for the night tonight.
Well, I've got a plan actually. But yeah, I guess that works.
Well, okay,
I just need to get up really early in the morning.
it's fine.
Okay.
Before we kind of all split off to rooms, I kind of want to stop Kai real quick and just ask, hey, do the stuff we found in the drawer, the magnifying glass, all that, can I see that real quick?
Yeah, here you go.
Okay. I'll just grab that, and once back in my room, kind of want to look over the letter and everything with those to see if I see anything or anything special happens.
Yeah. You take the magnifying glass to the letter. And at first, nothing happens. And then you see as there's a slight shimmer just where the magnifying glass passes over the paper. You lift it further away from the paper to see more of it, and you see not writing, but a small, strangely shaped drawing. It looks almost to be a teardrop, but the shading of it looks like it's made out of some sort of stone or gemstone carved into diamond, an angular teardrop shape. And underneath it, you just see the artifact. Find it, keep it. in the same scrawling handwriting that is very familiar to you from a letter you've spent many, many times staring at, trying to decipher. As the rest of you wander off to bed, thinking about the night, thinking about anything but the night, you slowly drift to sleep. And at this point, as sleep overtakes you and we drift off into dreamland, that is where we are going to leave the session for today.